go to the United States, where you come from, everybody's just like, I'm from Omaha, and that's the most beautiful place in the world. I'm from Nebraska, I love that, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe we're not proud enough, or what is your opinion on that factor?
I actually think Danes are very proud, I do. Especially, without a doubt, but I'll give a little bit of a perspective that I think, that I've experienced over the course of the last 2 years. I think Americans don't know much about Denmark specifically, and so I'll just talk about the U.S.-Danish relationship. But what we do know is inherently positive. When you think Denmark and you think Scandinavia, you think clean, sustainable, green, beautiful, good design, maybe Vikings, maybe fairy tales, maybe Tivoli. So even though you may not know exactly where it is on the map, you may not have ever been there before, but the concept is good. So what I would say is that you actually have to double down on that brand internationally. And I would say that to companies, I would say that to citizens, I would say that to politicians.
Lars, can I just ask you, when I R&B my apartment out to tourists, which I do a lot, one of the things I say to them is, please go to Tivoli, because it's beautiful, it's something else, and you are completely sure that you're getting nicely served, because everybody's so friendly. How do you do it?
First of all, thank you so much. I mean, that's great. Thank you. But well, yes, we do, but we do invest in our people. We actually educate our people, and we actually have a lot of people that come from Sweden, believe it or not. And they're very good, and they know what service is all about. Because we know that if we have to be here tomorrow, we have to be good today. That is what it's all about. So if we are not happy, it won't help. It won't work. So I think all our employees knows the truth, that you have to be there. So we train them, we invest in them, but we can do it because we make money. And that might be the bottom line. If you make money, you can put the money back into your employees, and if you get your employees happy, what happens? Well, the guests will be happy.
Is it janteloven, or we don't want to serve, or are we too equal a society to be able to be nice to other people?
Again, this is my take on it, and that's communication. And there are always issues, there are always problems, there are always products will not live up to the standard of the firm or the brand. That's a part of the equation. But when you begin to say something like happiness, then it will create effect outside, but also inside. It's a marketing-driven cultural shift you can make, and that's actually one very important thing that I think we should all work with. Is, as Lars said, see it as a business. So I think it's very important that we begin to take this journey, and instead of focusing on the bad things, try to focus on what Rufus said.
It's a management issue, right? So when we're talking businesses, it's about management. How many of us goes to an employee and said, when they have confronted somebody and they haven't done it 100% but only 75%, how many of us go over there and say, you did a good job, but it could be even better? It's not always part of our management style. And management on the home front, right? So when our kids meet somebody, if they're not welcoming, if they don't say hello to people when they come into a house and they have the right kind of behavior, are we good enough for telling them that's the way we want them to behave? Because that is managing the way they're going to behave on the street when they meet a tourist in the future. And I think we got a job to do there.
You think we complain too much, or?
No, I don't think we complain too much, but I think what we need to do is that we need to align the branding with the actual products. And we have our new tourism framework in Denmark, which I think we need to look very carefully into and gain advantage of.